Unit 26. Exercise 1. Learners can improve the effectiveness of their attributions through training. In a pioneering study, Carol Susan Dweck, an American psychologist, provided students who demonstrated learned helplessness with both successful and unsuccessful experiences. When the students were unsuccessful, the experimenter specifically stated that the failure was caused by a lack of effort or ineffective strategies. Comparable students were given similar experiences, but no training. After 25 sessions, the learners who were counseled about their effort and strategies responded more appropriately to failure by persisting longer and adapting their strategies more effectively. Additional research has corroborated Dweck's findings. Strategy instruction was most effective for students who believe that they were already trying hard. This research suggests that teachers can increase students' motivation to learn by teaching them learning strategies and encouraging them to attribute successes to effort. Exercise 2. A lot of research discusses what leads to relatively permanent acquisition of new knowledge or skills. You won't be surprised to hear that active learning works far better than passive learning. In other words, sitting still in a classroom for more than half an hour at a time, no matter how interesting the material, isn't nearly as potent as having opportunities to engage actively with the concepts through discussion, group interaction, practice, immersion, or some other form of direct experience. Likewise, it is absolutely critical for retaining new knowledge and skills that all your senses are engaged. It is great to simulate your intellect, but even better if you can become involved emotionally, physically, and interpersonally. In other words, it isn't enough to merely read this material in a book or hear an instructor talk about it in class. You must also have opportunities to practice the skills and make the ideas your own. Exercise 3. According to Piaget, organizing, assimilating, and accommodating can be viewed as a kind of complex balancing act. In his theory, the actual changes in thinking take place through the process of equilibration, the act of searching for a balance. Piaget assumed that people continually test the adequacy of their thinking processes in order to achieve that balance. Briefly, the process of equilibration works like this. If we apply a particular scheme to an event or a situation, and the scheme works, then equilibrium exists. If the scheme does not produce a satisfying result, then disequilibrium exists, and we become uncomfortable. This motivates us to keep searching for a solution through assimilation and accommodation, and thus our thinking changes and moves ahead. Of course, the level of disequilibrium must be just right or optimal. Too little, and we aren't interested in changing. Too much, and we may be discouraged or anxious and not change.